What's going on, guys? It's That Guy Health AMBF Men's Physique Pro back at you again. So listen, if it's your first time here, you definitely need to subscribe, like, and comment, get involved. Don't forget, I came out with a worldwide single to motivate you in the gym, wherever you're working out, and it's called You Can Win. You can stream that single on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Tidal, Deezer, so many other digital platforms, and I definitely appreciate the support, and I'm telling you, it's good music. So today we're going to get into part 3 of the best equipment to buy for your home gym, and that is the utility bench. So let's get started. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of That Guy Health, and guess what? It is part 3 of best equipment to buy for your home gym, okay? So we're talking about first-time purchases that are going to allow you to at least get the most intensity or the most effectiveness out of it in a small area. Most home gyms are not big. If they are, they're in the garages or people have enough basement space to knock out. But some of us stay in apartments, condos, townhouses, single family homes where we might get a space, let alone maybe a small room to put this equipment in. So we've already covered 2 of the 3, and that was the pull-up station and of course what's behind me now, which is known as a half rack. Its bigger brother is called the full rack, which doesn't take up too much more space, but a little bit more because it's a little bit more boxed out than this is. But you can get a half rack and utilize anything that you pretty much need. But today we're going to talk about what is called a utility bench. And let me tell you, a utility bench was one of my first purchases, and I'm going to give you the reasons why. And that's why we're here today, and we're going to get into this review. So let's go. Okay, so let's start with this. First of all, the utility bench is a very vital piece of equipment, all right? And we're not going to go too much into what it combines with, but it does combine well with a half rack. And you can pretty much get rid of a regular bench, which might take up space, only utilizing a few exercises by having these 2 pieces in one area. But we're here primarily to talk about the utility bench, okay? The utility bench is what it basically sounds like. It's a bench, but you can utilize it in different ways. Now, the first thing I do want to say is this. When it comes to a utility bench, what you pay for, you pretty much get. So if you buy cheap, you're going to get something that's probably going to be uncomfortable. It probably won't be wide enough for your back. It won't be long enough to support your neck or brace your head. And it's not going to be very mobile. When I say that, it's not going to have as many ways to adjust the upper and the lower piece, which is going to give you comfort in different exercises. Now I'm going to show you a utility bench that costs a little bit less than this one, and you're going to see the difference. And this is one. This is one of the first ones I bought by Marcy, okay? Now, if you notice, the upper part does adjust. All right, now you have very few adjustments. You pretty much have 3 little trays that are going to anchor that bar and allow you to adjust all the way up, which is basically like 90 degrees. Then you get like a 45 or 30, and then it will kind of go into a decline position. And I'm going to guess that's maybe around 15 or so, maybe 30 degrees decline. But the drawback, as you see here, is the fact that the bottom portion will not adjust. And I'm trying to tell you, I am telling you, it's a very uncomfortable feeling to be in the decline position, even to do ab work, let alone trying to do anything like dumbbell presses. It's very uncomfortable because your back is pretty much hinged at an extreme angle. That's not what you want. So bringing it on back here to the fitness gear bench, and there are all other type of utility benches. This one is a little bit more expensive than the Marcy. The Marcy, I think, was around the price range of $50 to $70, and I'll post that. Whereas the fitness gear, and I believe when I bought this one, if I'm not correct, I'm just going to post the price here. I want to say it was upward of $120, maybe $150 at best, okay? But you get so many more options here. Not only do you have the wheels so that you can just angle it and roll it around, you don't have to pick the entire bench up. You also have a bottom portion that adjusts, okay? You got at least 3 adjustments on there that are gonna allow you to go up and all the way to the flat position. Now, what that does and why that's very critical is the fact that when you put the bench in the decline position, you can now take that bottom portion and get a little bit of angle and keep your back, your lumbar more straight and less stressed, okay? Another thing here is the pin system. The other one that you saw, the Marcy, had more of a little tray and it just kind of anchored down as you put it in. The fitness gear has a pin system, something that you're more accustomed to seeing in gyms. So you'll pull a pretty heavy duty pin and let it click in and then click it back. And that's a better system in itself, okay? And you're gonna have about, probably about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it looks like 8 adjustments on the upper portion, which is great because not everybody's anatomy is the same. So therefore, you will have a range to find a comfort zone in your incline position, your 30 degree, 45 degree, 90 degree, and then decline. The one thing I do like and I appreciate about fitness gear is they put a bumper stop on the lower portion for when you put this in a decline. So not only does that give you some type of shock absorbance, but it also keeps you from tearing up your equipment, okay? Most of these backs are gonna be made out of boards, and if they are metal, there's nothing like having metal on metal contact or wood on metal contact. It's definitely known that the wood is gonna give after time. So with that bump stop, it allows us to prolong our equipment. Another thing is the type of material that it's made out of. So listen, now that we pretty much went over, and I'll go over this. It has a handle on the lower portion where you can control and push it, and it does have a wider base, all right? So now that we went into some of the attributes of paying a little bit more money for a utility bench, let's get into what you really want to know, and that's what kind of exercises can I do with just a utility bench. We're not going to include any other big type of equipment, okay? We might include dumbbells, but let's get into some of the exercises that a utility bench does for you. So some of those exercises are tricep extensions, okay? You can do tricep extensions on a utility bench. You can do incline, decline push-ups on a utility bench. You can also do some decline or flat bench sit-ups for core work or ab work on a utility bench. Okay, now I don't support this next one, although I see it all the time in the gym. People want to do box jumps on a utility bench. I have a box right there, okay? It's always good to use the equipment that was made for the exercise you're gonna do. I don't like when I see people in the gym jumping on top of the benches because listen, you walked in the bathroom, you walked in the restroom. Not everybody has great aim. I don't know about you ladies, but I walk in the men's restroom and it looks like total crap, okay? There's piss on the seat, there's piss on the floor. So you walk in there and you track, and then you come back and do box jumps on a bench where I'm gonna put my back on. Most of the times I'm gonna be perspiring or moist, so now I've got pee stains on my back, right? Not something that I really like. So stay away from doing box jumps on a utility bench. On top of that, I don't believe the surface to be wide enough to support that type of movement. You might misjudge it. Just have your box made. I have mine made, spray Texas flag on it. You can buy from Rogue or any one of these other companies, okay? So I have seen people do it, so I'm pretty sure some of you might do it, but I wouldn't advise it. You can do bench press, all right? You can do bench press, and you can do dumbbell press. So there are a lot of things that you can do on the utility bench, all right? You get you a set, and this combined with a set of dumbbells just takes you to another level, okay? So with that being said, utility bench, by far, I would say, is maybe the most vital first-time buy for your home gym at its price point. Because like I said, a good pull-up station like the one I showed you, it's also gonna be maybe around $175, $200. But it does limit you to some of the exercises you can do, all right? So you're not gonna be able to do some of the, the bench press or the dumbbell press or some of the other things, but the one that I showed you is very critical. But another good thing about this, why I say first time buy, is most people getting into just trying to work out, you probably need to get accustomed to handling your own body weight. And I'm gonna start a program that's gonna be called Handle Yourself, okay? And it's gonna be no weights, no dumbbells. We're just gonna use our body and our strength to manage ourselves. You'd be surprised how many people in the gym bench 315 or higher, but it can only do 0 to 4 pull-ups. So that's kind of a problem to me. I'm a real firm believer in core work. All right, so with that being said, I definitely appreciate you guys for sticking with me. I definitely want to give a shout out to all of my subscribers. We tapped 300 subscribers finally. I hope to have more, but at the end of the day, it's about who's with you, who's not. You're supporting me. I appreciate the 300 I have. I'd appreciate even 100 when I had those guys, okay? It's all because of you that I'm still here today providing content and that I'm motivated to give you content. So with that being said, hey, check out the new single, You Can Win. Stream it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Always come back. Share the videos. Be safe. Keep building. And peace.